The vast majority of us in business are amateurs when it comes to negotiating. There are some simple errors we should avoid, and we will explore these in today's show. Welcome back to year 6 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, master trainer, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. Zaegyo is the translation of Japan Sales Mastery. My latest book is Stop Wasting Money on Training, and the Japanese title is Training de Okane o Muda ni suru no wa yamimashou. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are here to win in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 269, Negotiation Dangers. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. Former American President John F. Kennedy left us with a great quote. Let's never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. Actually, we do fear to negotiate though, don't we? We worry about asking too much or too little. We usually imagine a negotiator as someone totally unlike ourselves, a tough individual with ice coursing through their veins. Ironically, we are all negotiating every day with our families, circle of friends, and companies. Decisions have to be taken, a direction has to be chosen, and we need others to agree with our idea. This often requires compromise or even giving up our idea in preference to competing suggestions. We are not taught how to negotiate though, and so we are mainly unschooled amateurs flailing around. Somewhere along the line, we find ourselves in a sales role and we have to negotiate with the buyers. Procurement officers are often highly expert in negotiations, or at least they are deaf to our appeals about the value we provide. In Japan, however, they are rarely specialists and often take a very basic approach. They have their matrix with your name arranged vertically along the left side of the spreadsheet, together with all of your competitors. Across the top, they have the products nominated. In the corresponding spreadsheet cells, they plug in the prices. Bingo! Find the lowest price cell and buy from that company. This is bad. There's no allowance for any differentiation, which you may have because they are applying a very basic code of reference here. In these cases, we need our internal champion to intervene and fight for paying more for better quality. Let's now look at the usual negotiation cases where we are not dealing with procurement officers. This negotiation issue is a big topic, so let's narrow the focus to common mistakes we may be making right now, which we should eliminate forthwith. Negotiating price before details. There are many elements usually involved in making a decision, and price is just one of them. We need to garner the full spectrum of issues involved and check our assumptions about what will happen once a deal has been struck. There are variations on pricing according to volume, frequency, regularity, quality, color, sizing, delivery options, etc. Many aspects are in play in addition to just price, although most people get fixated on that one variable, and that is a mistake. Clients are also going to be suspecting things like hidden fees, tricky terms of payment, or penalties, timings. Hopefully you don't have any of those issues to complicate building a relationship with the buyer. We should anticipate the client's concerns and create our own checklist of items before we even have any discussion with the other party. The object of the negotiation is not to outsmart the other side. It is to create a relationship which is mutually beneficial, and so tricks and clever tactics where you win and they lose is a formula for a short and limited relationship. Failing to keep the end in mind and leaving no room for negotiation. Key details can occupy our complete attention to the detriment of what we are ultimately trying to achieve. There are micro and macro perspectives involved, and we need to be able to keep reminding ourselves of the big picture while we are mired in the mud and the blood of the details. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to sell more and do it more easily, do the Winning with Relationships selling course. If you can't build trust, no sale. Can't design excellent questions to understand the client's needs, no sale. Can't present the solution convincingly, no sale. Can't handle objections properly, no sale. Can't close, no sale. Master the sales process by doing the Winning with Relationships selling course now in either Japanese or English. The bestseller, Japan Sales Mastery, is the new Bible of selling in Japan. To sell to Japanese buyers, you need to create long-term partner-level trust, fully understand Japanese buyers' real needs, convince buyers with your solutions, overcome their hesitation, fear, and doubt, know how to ask for the order, ensure repeat orders. This book is the product of 30 plus years in the trenches selling in Japan. Order Japan Sales Mastery now. Welcome back. Lack of confidence. We undermine our mental attitude to the process of negotiating by talking ourselves down. Coming across as hesitant, unsure, nervous may embolden our negotiating partner, and we achieve a diminished result as a consequence. Salespeople who have targets, quotas, bonuses, or commissions riding on a deal are very prone to cave in on price because they are so desperate for business, any business. This weakness will come across to the buyer, and the price achieved is almost guaranteed to go down as a result. Remember, in our lives, the vast majority of people we will be negotiating with will be rank amateurs, just like us. So we shouldn't be shy about what we are doing. As a salesperson, if you believe in the goodness of what you are doing for the client, then you can be confident when negotiating. Failing to understand the needs of the customer. Some things may not be negotiable, often for reasons which we could never even imagine. Once we understand clearly what the other side wants, we will be in a better position to find middle ground and strike a mutually satisfactory arrangement. We can get captured by a single item in the negotiation and miss the many options that are also in play. Often, what we imagine to be the key for the other side may not be their main concern. We need to find out what is their main concern and find a way of supplying it to their satisfaction. Letting the customer dictate the process and outcomes, the buyer may feel they are the dominant side in the negotiation and may try to force us to an agreement through the brute strength of their buying power. A bad agreement is a bad agreement, so we are reasonable in asking for input into the process and for deciding to walk away from the negotiating table if we need to. Acting desperate. We may in fact be desperate, but handing that key insight over to the negotiating partner is not necessary. We become all give and no take in the toing and froing of the negotiating process. Using argumentative communication. Emotional control is an asset we should develop and cherish. Verbal or written outbursts may make us feel important. Usually, however, they don't help to find an agreement. It is rarely a good idea to set fire to the emotional wick inside the other person we are negotiating with. Failing to recognize the walkaway points. We don't have to agree if we don't like the arrangements, and we are better to flag those early if they are deal breakers. Time is money, so let's move on and find someone else more suitable to negotiate with. We need to have our BATNA, best alternative to a negotiated agreement, ready to go, should we need it. If the buyer is being a real pain, remember, life is short, so go find a nicer buyer. We have to spend a lot of time with our clients, and having a client list full of nice people who appreciate all that you do to advance their business is the better way to live. Narrowing negotiations to one point, usually price. Price is only one element of cost. There are other levers around: financing, quality, timing, volume, contract length, etc., which can come into play. There are so many combinations which can create flexibility in the negotiation process. Always look for points of agreement where the value you can provide outweighs the cost of your product or service. When you really understand the client's needs, proffer a good solution, often price isn't even raised. Sometimes we get in our own way and make things unnecessarily hard for ourselves. If we stop making these basic negotiating mistakes, we'll do a lot better in getting a preferred outcome. The preferred outcome is a happy client. You are also happy, and the relationship is becoming more and more solid based on trust you are building and the partnership you are creating. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe to it on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Hit the little bell icon to receive update notifications. Our website details are on screen now: dale-carnegie.co.jp. It's awesome value, so check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we're releasing content 6 days a week. By the way, how many companies, let alone training companies in Japan, are doing that, do you suppose? Answer, just one: Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training. Now, for podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Touches in Negotiator show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast show. Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews, wherever you get your podcasts. For TV shows, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Television Show, every Friday the Japan Business Mastery Show, and every Saturday Japan's top business interviews on YouTube. We appreciate your support, and please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people, and please join us in that endeavor. Our training mantra is: we are 100% committed to using our soft skills training to transform your career and business. Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training are in your corner here in Nippon. In episode number 270, we are talking about leaders are so key in business. So yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. We've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.